Hey guys, Ashway this side. Today we will see how to create Nanobanana images using N8 and Flow. It will be completely automated and generated with a click. So let's go without wasting any time and check how we can create this workflow. And instead of building the whole workflow step by step, I will be showing you the nodes one by one. So let's first go and check what are the tools that I will be using. The first tool that I will be using is Airtable. And if you're not familiar with Airtable, it's just a modern version of Excel sheet. Just it has more features and look more presentable. So as you can see, this is a Airtable table, and we have used some reference images and as well as some kind of prompts that we want to do with the image. As an example, the first image is of Robert Downey Jr. and we have given a prompt saying the entrepreneur pitching his presentation on a table where other business people are there. So some kind of reference image is used here along with a prompt using which AI will generate images with Nanobanana model. This is the entire workflow. Next tool we will be using is Kai API. If you are not familiar with Kai API, it is actually aggregator of AI models for images and videos. As you can see, if you go to image, you will be able to see what are the image models that Kai API has, and same goes for video. For this image model, we'll be using Nanobanana API, which is the first one. And the last tool that I will be using is OpenAI API, and I have some credit here and we'll be needing very less amount of credit. So I think I started with 0.75 credit and now it's 0.71 and I have used it at least 10 times. So the first node we'll be talking about is webhook. It is like a switch, and if you switch it on, the workflow will get started. Let's go and copy the URL. If you just copy the URL, go to another tab and paste it. Just listen to test event and refresh the page. Yes, the workflow has started. Moving on, the second node is Airtable, and the second in this node we are searching the records from Airtable and fetching the records. So in our Airtable, we have the name of the characters, we have some character images, we have a code idea about the character. It is basically the description of the character, and in the prompt we are describing the AI what we need to do with this image. Now to connect this Airtable account to your N8N, you just need to go to Airtable add account and add this access token. So how you can get the access token? Let's go to Airtable Builder Hub. Now I have already created a token. If you want to create a new token, just go to create token, name it token, say N8 and test, add a scope. Now scope means what are the rights you need to provide to this token. Like I need to provide at least record, read the data, write, override the data and something like that. So I'll just select the rights I need my API to have. That is it. So I have added this scopes, and then you need to add a base. By base it means the name of the tables you need to get access to. So the name of the table that I am using here is image generation with Nanobanana, so I'll give access to this table. You can create a new table and give access to that table. So while you add this API key in your N8N, you will be seeing this table and not other tables. So for this let me just add all the tables and you will get what I am trying to say. Okay, so just copy it and let's go to N8N. Just go to this OPI token section and paste the token that we have just copied now. Okay, now you'll be able to see the table that I have added while creating the token. So we'll be using that. And again, the table inside this file is table 1. That's it. That's what we need to do in this Airtable module. And as I've already done that, I'll be deleting it. So I hope that was clear. Here we will use one split out node. Now it's the separator that will ensure that one line item of data is sent at once. So what happens here is Airtable gets all the record at once and it can send all the records at bunch at one time. But if you send all the data at once while generating image through Nanobanana, the API will not work. It will only take one image for reference and generate all 5 images. Here we have 5 records, so it will only take reference from one image and generate all 5 outputs. So we don't want that. That's why we have used the split out node so that one record item is sent once at a time. I hope this was clear. In this split out setting, you just need to select ID and include all other fields. By including all other fields, it means it is sending all the fields for image generation, because if we miss something, we may generate a different output. That's why you are sending all the fields that is present in the read table record. Next, we have image generation node. So how are you doing this? Let's go to Kai API. As I told you, we'll be using Kai API for our image generation, and just go to Nanobanana API. Now let's go to this API page. Yeah, here as you can see, there are two API endpoints. One is creating task and another one is query task. So what does it mean? The first one is used for image generation and the second one is used to get the image from the generated images. So for image generation, we'll be using this creating task API endpoint. As I told you in the last video as well, we'll be using C URL text in the HTTP module in NNN. So this is a C URL text for this API endpoint for generating Nanobanana images. So we'll just copy that, go to NNN. Let's add one HTTP module. Again, import C URL. All the data that needs to be put in the particular fields will be automatically fetched. You don't have to do anything here. You don't have to do it manually. That's why we use CURL, because it is so easy to import and all the data gets completely filled without much manual effort. The only thing left here is putting your API key here. Here also go to Nanobanana, go to dashboard, go to API key. And as you can see, I have already generated an API key. So you just copy that and you will be able to paste it here. That is it. Once you execute the step, you will be able to see the input coming from the previous nodes. After you add this image generation node, there is a wait module. Now, why are you using this wait module? Since every image generation takes time, it will take some amount of time, say 10 to 15 seconds per image generation. So what are you doing here is, it's like telling the workflow, hold on, and let the API finish creating one image at a time. Here also, if you don't add this wait module, all the data generated, all the images generated will not be pulled future workflow. So that's why we are using a wait module and we have given a wait time of 10 seconds. I hope this is clear. After that, we are using loop over items module, and what it is doing is it is ensuring one image is getting handled at once. Functionality of these two wait nodes and loop over item node is similar, because every imagination will take certain amount of time. So if you generate all the images at once, it might confuse the API and it will take reference from only one image. That's why we are sending too many two wait nodes here of 10 seconds and one loop over item node, so that one data is processed at once and we are fetching the data using this getting result node. If you go to Kai API and go to Nanobanana, we have already used this create task node, and now we will use this query task for getting the generated images. What are you doing here is, we will use again the CURL data where the HTTP link is there, and the header, H means header, the header details is there, authorization, bearer, API key. Again, the same process. You need to enter this link here as mentioned in the CURL, and enter this API key in authorization folder. So I have used general credential type, and here authorization name is there. The name of the header is authorization and value is bearer API key. So I have followed this format, nothing else. This is not rocket science. I have just followed the given format as mentioned in this API document. So for future reference also, for any API users, you just need to follow the API documentation and you'll be understand why and how things are happening. In this CURL link, as you can see, the link is there, api.kai.ai API v1 jobs record info task ID equal to task something like that. So this is a variable factor. This is a variable. What we'll do is, we have got a task ID from our generation. We'll just put it in this task ID section. And the task ID value is here. So if you just delete it, just drag it and it will be here. Just drag it and it will be good to go. So I hope this was clear. We have set the webhook module, Airtable, the data is getting fetched from Airtable. We are sending data one by one. The images are getting generated, and then we have added two wait modules so that It is not sending all the generated images at once. We are not confusing the API. I hope until this it was clear. Let's just execute the workflow once and I'll tell you what is the functionality of this LLM chain. Now, if you just go to this getting result node, you can see the result is in this format, result URLs colon and the result URL link is there. So if you go to this link, this is actually the image generated from Nano Banana. We had provided the image of Robert Downey Jr. and the prompt to us. He is giving presentation to a group of business people. The result URL is coming in this form. So we just need the link here. Okay, I hope this is clear. We just need the link here. We don't need the result in this format. That's why you are just cleaning the data format using basic LLM chain. As you can see, for the first image, the corrected link is provided here. This is the only use case for this OpenAI chain for cleaning the data. It is taking output data as reference and it is cleaning and returning the only link, output link, cleaned link for our use case. You can check the link. If you like the image, you can download it or you can regenerate. So that is the entire workflow. Hey, I hope you understood the whole flow. If you're looking for this workflow for free, you can join my free school community and get this workflow where I share insightful information about AI. Thank you. Stay tuned. Subscribe for more such updates.